Hello, welcome back. This is Sunday the 22nd of June, right after the plot inspection. It's probably about 7:30 at night at the moment, PM. The inspection was today. I briefly saw them this morning after dropping off a few things from the boot sale. My neighbour, or my next door but one neighbour, he wanted a few plants picking up, so I picked them up for him. But since then we've had a heat wave, we've had thunderstorms, a lot of wind today, a lot of rain today, a lot of everything. So I'm going to sort of update you a bit on what's grown, what's perished, what I've done, bits and bobs here and there. So as you can see, that's all growing. My radishes, I put new radishes in and I've already started sprouting. I'll go and show you. You just walk around here. I've weeded the sides of the brook. I just need to get all the weeds out of the middle of the brook, and then the stream should be flowing again. But I need to wait for a dry day because I don't want to get wet and then get wetter again. And then all this comfrey, my neighbour wants some of it, so I've left it to grow a bit. That's why it looks a bit overgrown. I'm going to cut it all back in a few weeks' time once he's taken what he needs. This archway, the sweet peas are in full bloom and they are peeing up. But yeah, they're looking quite good. I've put some marigolds there because it had like some, I think it was called spittle fly or spittle worm or something. It had like a bunch of foam, and yeah, so I just put it there and sprayed it a bunch. And this other side, I'm not too sure if I showed you before, but I've put 4 or 5 runner beans. I'm not too sure how well they're doing. I think they've all latched on, apart from this one maybe. But they're growing pretty fast. I mean, it's up here already. I don't like runner beans, but they produce nice flowers and it's good for the bees, etc. And then down here, French beans, sugar snap peas and marigolds mixed in, complete mess, but seem to be doing okay. Seem to be growing a bit. Some of the French beans have started climbing up, like these ones, right up to the top. I mean, it's only been the past few days that they've actually been climbing, so a lot of this is new growth. This is the radishes. It's got comfrey mixed in, which is so annoying, which will be one of my winter jobs, is to empty all these beds out, take out the comfrey, and then refill them. But I've got a few designs that I want to do, moving all these beds around, because I'm not too sure that I like it like this. I'm not too sure I'm happy with this layout. I feel like I can get a lot more in this area for these beds. These are my old radish lot. As you can see, they've all got radish on, but they're all sort of bolting and got flower heads on. So I'm just going to leave these to flower and then pull them all up, add them to the compost bin that I've finally got. As you can see, it's still raining at the moment. These are my leeks. Some of them are doing okay. They look a lot like grass, which, yeah, we're going to see how it pans out. I've also got a wasp nest, which I think I've got most of them. I did a lot of spraying and ant powder down yesterday to try and get rid of them. I've got a shit ton of flies and a few wasps, but we'll see how that pans out. Comfrey, doing okay. The other comfrey died, but now it's coming back. And then these are my lettuce, which have done remarkably well. They're all reaching the top. This is little gem lettuce, so it should form a nice crown. But yeah, these are infested with aphids. Every leaf has got thousands on. I've tried spraying them down, I've tried the ladybirds, but I'm just going to have to wash them down when I get harvesting. I don't think there's much else you can do to lettuce. And then my red cabbage over here is doing brilliant, of course. it's poking out a bit, so I'm a bit worried when the butterflies come. Something's already started nibbling there. I'm not too sure what. Hopefully that stays to a minimum. And then over here, got this bed set up with 2 squash and a bunch more lettuce. These are just extra that I had. This is squash. I'm going to take this netting off when the weather gets better, obviously. But they have grown really well. Here are my red onions. Looking great though, coming to the end. A lot of them have bolted and gone to flower. I've got all these scapes. I'm just going to see what happens. I mean, that's a chunky scape. They look okay. Some of them look small. I've picked a few. They're really small, but I'm going to try and use what I've got. There might be a few bigger ones in. 2 squash and a cucumber. I planted them out 2 weeks ago when I had my week off work. They aren't growing as much as I wanted to. They're not growing as much as them. Bear in mind there's a few days between them. But they are growing nonetheless. They've got a few more stems on. That one is already producing flowers, which I don't know if that's good or not. And I do need to add either lettuce or some more plants in there as well as there. In here used to be my onions, 1 of 2 pots. And now, I mean, this was here when the onions were in it, but I just left it to go to flower. I think it's cosmos. I'm not too sure, but by them leaves, I think it is cosmos. But we'll find out. We'll see what happens. My spring onion is doing terribly. It's red spring onion and white Lisbon. But, I mean, yeah. It pretty much died to start off with, so if I get anything from this, it's a bonus. 1, 2, 3, 4, I'm not too fussed. There's also fungus mixed in, which I don't know why. I think it was like mushroom compost or something. And then that was where my garlic was, and this is where my other garlic was. I've harvested it all now. Sugar snap peas, take 5, which have been slugged again. That is marigold, a few marigolds. I think that's a cosmos again. Yeah, I'm not too sure. We'll figure it out, I guess. These are my carrots, which a lot of people are jealous of because I've got carrots growing. But I planted these way too close together, so I'm not actually going to probably get any carrots from this. As you can see, it's stupid. I just wanted to pretty much use all the seeds. So I'll be lucky if I get anything from this, but it's a lesson that I've learned now. Better look next year. Potato watch as usual. Flowers, we've finally got flowers on my first early, which I feel like they're not going to be my first early. I'm going to harvest my second early after my first. But hopefully they will stop dying off soon. I don't know how well they're going to be. They don't look great at the moment. They don't look much to it. So I don't know what it's going to be like underneath. And then all the others are barely reaching through the soil. Right. I mean, obviously something's been had at that. Probably a rat. I had a problem with rats when I first planted them. Second early are looking brilliant. But then the soil isn't dug over. It's only dug over once. So they've only got probably about 6 inches of loose soil before they go into the ground. I mean, they are quite high. They're probably 1.5 foot at best. Most of them small. And then the main crop, which are a lot more bunchy, but look far better. So we'll see. And that's less dug over, so they've got even less soil to work with. But we'll see. Over here, my flowers are doing really well. Everything has started coming to life. This bed has been pulled out twice now. I've had to re-put all the straw there. this one's doing even better. All these red flowers that are newly come up, they all look crap now because they're all dying off. Give you a quick whiz around here. I've been deadheading, topping the deadheads off them pretty much daily, which have been doing wonders on this. I haven't done it at the moment, that's why you can see a few. Strawberries, this hose isn't connected to anything, so just ignore that. Doing really well. Getting strawberries from them. My carpet of snow has grown a bit and got the odd flower. More strawberries, flowers, a lot more strawberries, and then carpet of snow. They look great. Breaks up the colour as well. And then another hanging basket. Show you in the fruit cage. Oh, here, nasturtiums, and more nasturtiums, and my one singular cosmos plant that I've planted. I'm hoping this will grow up the trellis. And then my forerunner beans that I've planted, and they are doing really well, of course. Let's go in. My dodgy looking gate, which doesn't really work for anything. Slugged. I've added straw and horse manure from the local stables in here. Grass is already growing, but I'm not too fussed about that. I'm just going to lay carpet over the top and then compost it. Sort of a no dig method, I guess. And these I got from Temu. Set of 2, 40 quid. Brilliant. Took me about 10 minutes to set them up, each one. Yeah, not bad. Sugar snap peas are all starting to attach to this, which is brilliant. None of them really attaching to the actual support beams, but well. Same with this, and same with that one. That one's doing really well. Blueberries are starting to get some colour. I'm gonna put all my blueberries in this bed here, and that should give them enough space. They're also, I think they're all dwarf plants except this one, but we'll see what happens. This hasn't actually got any flowers yet. It's got a few weeds mixed in. This is red currants, yeah, red currants. As you can see, black currants are fruiting. Raspberries are doing wonderful. That's a blackberry, raspberry. That raspberry's shot, I think. And then these raspberries, they're not doing great. Like, they've all gone yellow. But I don't know if that's just dieback and then they'll start regrowing, but they are still fruiting. These were given by my next door but one plot neighbour, because he's got a big bush that just grows everywhere, and it gave me a few trimmings. Oh, let's go out around here, walk through the cobwebs again. That is my temporary compost bin, which I'm moving to my actual compost bin, which is going to take a while because there's so many weeds and nettles in there. Look at that chunky bramble. I'm not looking forward to that one. But as you can see, from clearing this, it looks a million times better, and I've got so much more space. It's just these comfrey that I need to just keep chopping down. But as you can see, the stream is still flowing. I've got my weird set of bulbs that are still growing. I've managed to pick around them, but I've got so much more space. I got rid of that metal fence as well. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this area. If not, I might just leave it, try and get some flowers growing or something. But yeah, the plan for this stream is just to, I don't know whether to get rid of the membrane and just strim it like twice a year. Get a strimmer and just strim it, because that'd be so much easier than getting down in my wellies and just try and pull everything out and keep membraning it, because every year the wild garlic grows through the membrane. Or just try my hardest, just membrane it all completely, including the bottom, so the stream runs over the membrane. I'm not sure how that's going to work, but yeah. But one of the final plans is to dig little ditches, probably 1 foot, 2 foot down, so it collects water, and then use my solar irrigation to suck up that water instead of using water butts everywhere. But I mean, that's going to be years in the future, and I'm not too sure how I would do that at the moment because it's a bit weedy. Yeah, it looks pretty clean and tidy at the moment. We'll see how long that lasts. I really need to sort these beds out, but it's not this year's problem. It'll be next year's problem. If I keep these beds here, that's of course. We'll see. We'll see what's happening. And then let's do the greenhouse last. I planted out all these. I did film it, but the sunlight was terrible, and I don't know. I just didn't have a tripod, but I've got a tripod now. So marigolds, leeks, and then 3 different sunflowers. I've got mixed sunflowers, giant sunflowers, and red sunflowers. So the little darker ones are red sunflowers. Those, I believe, are the giant ones, and then these are just a mix of sunflower. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, they're still surviving. I don't know about thriving, but you know, we'll see what happens. And I've got one that's fell over here and died, but we'll see what happens. I've got my 2 tomato bushes, I guess. They're not really doing much. I mean, there's side shoots on them, but they're not really. That one's got some flowers. Oh no, I just broke it off. Well, it had flowers. Oh, that's sad. But yeah, it's not really doing too much. Here, purple sprouting broccoli. It's getting taller every day. Spring onions are getting chunky. I think I need to harvest them and maybe put something else in there. I don't know what loves shady areas, what I can put in. I'm not sure. I'm going to have to do some research. But yeah, this is just completely winging it. It's a guessing game. Rhubarb, yeah, it's growing. I don't want it. It's just there growing. Over here though, what I do want, which don't look like the picture, marigolds. They don't look how they looked on the seed sheet. So whether I've got mixed up with something else or the label's messed up or something, I don't know. Those are the metal barriers from the stream. I'm not sure whether I'm going to repurpose them next year for beans or sugar snaps or anything at the moment. I'm gonna try if I can, but if not, I'll probably just take them to the tip, or the scrapman can have it. And then over here, this is my compost bin. It's very makeshift, but it looks okay, and it's usable, and it's filling up quick. And my neighbours, I said to my neighbour, he's full, so he can use mine currently, because I get compost out of it and he gets space. But yeah, I'm trying to do a layer of green matter and a layer of straw, because I've got straw in excess. From what I've read, that seems okay, and then adding manure every now and then. But I don't know, maybe let me know if that's wrong or something. I'm going to work on getting rid of that cage in winter. I've got a tool to cut it. It's just going to take a while. So that's going to be a winter project when no one's here. And I can make a lot of noise. All that glass needs to go. All the metal that I don't know if I'm going to use, the chicken wire. This pot of all pots, I'm going to eventually move it in the winter, but I can't be arsed right now. Yeah, I've sorted my wood out though. Sorted my wood out. And then here, nothing's happened. It still looks the same. There's a few bin bags that I need to chuck. Shed is messy as usual. But, you know, I have a new sign. Bullshit corner. Seems fitting. But this is my onion harvest and my second garlic harvest. A lot of flies in here. So I had 5 onions, which these were gave by a different plot neighbour when I first started. They look great, but I don't know. Maybe. I mean, that literally has no skin on it, but it looks good. This, I mean, they look fine. I'm gonna use them either way. I'm not sure. I'm just gonna wait for them to dry out a bit more. I said 2 to 3 weeks, and it's been about a week. Now this is my red onion. As you can see, it's tiny. I mean, I can still use it, but it's not gonna. I'm gonna need a few of them on a sandwich. It's very small, especially compared to them. I don't really eat white onion. I eat red onion, but it looks like I'm going to be eating white onion more than red onion now. And then this is my garlic, my second lot of garlic. Now, I'm not too sure. Some of them look great. I don't know why it's purple. I don't really know what garlic I used. I think it was mainly just garlic from Tesco, like actual garlic, and just use the cloves. Some of them look great, like that. I mean, it's normal size garlic that you get from the supermarket, but garlic nonetheless. And then some of them, like this, had white rot, I believe it is, or onion rot, or whatever it is. So I'm just going to dry them out and see if I can get anything from it. Even if I just, I don't know, even if I just break it up and see if I can actually get anything from it. I'm just going to keep it. And then a bunch of scapes, which I might chop up, I might use them. But yeah, the wind's picking up. The wind is really picking up. Over here is my straw pile. I got this bale of straw for 20 quid and it will last me a good while. I'm going to have to try and put it somewhere dry to stop it from growing grass. I mean, it shouldn't be there for much longer, maybe a couple of weeks at best. Hopefully the rats don't go in there, but it'll be gone. I didn't see anything wrong with it on the inspection. My 2 little sunflowers doing great. And then in here is where the magic is happening, I guess. This is where stuff is actually growing, not just looking like they're growing. So I've done quite a lot. More marigolds. I've repotted my squash. Before I had 1 squash and now I've got 3 and 2 seeds that are sprouting. Not sugar snap peas, sweet peas. My next lot of them, I'm going to try and grow them somewhere, make it look a bit more pretty. My marigolds and my carpet snow looking a bit dead. My extra lettuce, I want more red lettuce, more red bowl lettuce. I've just noticed I've got 2 there, maybe a third. I want more. I can never grow it, but yeah. My passion fruit, which I can never grow, so I got that far and I'm happy I've got that far. Even if that dies now, I'll be happy. Basil, pepper's getting bigger. Cucamelons, which are a bit late, but yeah, I'm just happy I got them. Tomato plants doing really well. Most of them have got close or above the top of the canes, but I don't know. Some are looking a bit droopy. I'm not sure why. Most have flowers, if not starting of pea-sized tomatoes. I have started giving them the tomato feed. I can't remember what it's called. Tomatillo or something. I don't know. It's in a red bottle. You get it from literally every shop. My cucumbers have started growing. They're not little sproutlings anymore. They're actually cucumber plants. They're probably, most of them are halfway up the cane. These are 4-foot canes. So they're looking about 2.5 feet. I have started putting little pegs on them, keeping them trained up. I mean, most of them are attaching on, but I just want to keep them uniform. My 2-3 good ones here have started flowering up. I think that's a male flower. I don't know the difference. I don't know the difference between male flowers and female flowers and whatnot. I just don't understand that. I need to look it up. And then my sweet potatoes, orange, purple. Orange is lacking a bit, but it's still growing. It always looks droopy. I don't know why. I don't know if I'm overwatering it, underwatering it. I am watering these. Everything else is hooked up with irrigation. This is my purple, which I have been tying it up. It does look great. It's grown so much. It's probably, what, 3.5 foot tall? Yeah, 3.5, maybe 4, pushing 4. But it looks great. I mean, you can eat these leaves, but apparently I've heard they're not too great. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. And then these were the 2 that I got from the boot sale. I kept 2. I gave all the others to my plot neighbour. These are bush tomatoes. They're not doing too great, but they will perk up again. So we'll see. We'll see. I need to repot them. I'm going to be here tomorrow, so I'm going to try and do some of that tomorrow if I get a chance. And then just pot them up outside. But yeah. Oh, it's so hot in there. The wind is blowing again. But yeah, I'm gonna do a few odd jobs here, water a few plants in the greenhouse, and then I am probably good to go. There's so many weeds here I need to get rid of. I managed to weed everything in this section, which probably took me far too long. I just need to start weeding everything up there now. And I want to do something in pallets. I want it to look a bit neater. Any questions, let me know. Any ideas, let me know. Put me in the... I need to shut that gate. But yeah, any ideas, let me know. I want to try a few things new. I want to change things up. There's so much to do, but most of it will just be a winter job. Yeah, I'm interested to see how them potatoes do, along with everything else, but I'll try and share that in the upcoming weeks and try and, I don't know, give more of an update every week. We'll see what happens. It's a bit windy and rainy, but yeah, see you guys later. Peace out.